Hi students, 12th Standard Accountancy, Chapter-2, Illustration 19. From the following receipt and payment account, Coimbatore Cricket Club for the year ended 31st March 2016. Prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2019 and a balance sheet as on that date. They have given here the details about receipt and payment. What we have to do, we are going to prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2016. So 2016 is the current accounting period for our point of view, okay, and balance sheet. So we are going to prepare the final account, okay. Let's read the given information. To balance drawdown, this is the opening balance of the cash at bank will not appear on the receipt income and expenditure account, okay. Only revenue receipt and revenue expenditure only will appear on income and expenditure account, and subscription 11,000 rupees is a income. It is on receipt side. We have to consider it as treated it as an income subscription, and sale of old bats and ball is an income item. Subscription for the tournament legacy will appear on liability side. Why? Because listen, legacy is a gift made to a not-for-profit organization by a will. So it is called as legacy. It's a capital receipt. It will be appear on liability side, okay. Maintenance is an expenses and furniture is an asset item. Then secretary honorarium. What is meant by honorarium? It's like a remuneration paid to a person who is not regular employee of the organization. It's a revenue expenditure, okay, like a salary. So revenue expenditure. Bat and ball. Bat and ball is a purchases. You consumed bat and ball or purchased bat and ball will appear on expenditure side. Balance sheet, closing balance of the cash at bank will appear on asset side, okay. Then additional information also given here, that is on 1st April 2015 club had stock of bat and ball 3,000 rupees. This is the opening balance, okay. Then advance on the same date 2015 April 1 subscription received in advance 500 rupees, okay. Surplus on account of tournament should be kept in reserve for permanent pavilion. Subscription due on 31st 3 2016. This is the outstanding subscription. It will be appear on income and asset side, okay. Then additional information will be appear on two places in the final account, right. So stock of bats and balls on 31st 3 2016 was 1,000 rupees. It is the closing stock, okay. So closing stock will appear on in expenditure side and asset side, okay. Listen, from the given information they didn't give the capital fund, okay. We need capital fund to prepare the balance sheet, okay. So to find out capital fund, we need to prepare opening balance of the opening balance sheet to find out opening capital fund, okay. So to find out capital fund, we have to take this cash at bank. This is called opening cash at bank, okay, opening balance of the cash at bank. Then on 1st April 2015 club had stock, this is opening stock. Then subscription received in advance 500 rupees, okay. So these three items we need to prepare opening balance sheet to find out the capital fund, okay. Let's go to prepare the balance sheet in the books of Coimbatore Cricket Club. Balance sheet as on 31st March 2015. This is the opening balance of, okay. So on asset side, stock of opening stock of, that means stock of bat and ball 3,000 rupees, cash at bank 80,000 rupees, and subscription received in advance 500 rupees. We have the higher value on asset side that is 11,000 rupees. So we have to treat 11,000 rupees as the total. We have to enter the total on both asset and liability side. Then we have to subtract 500 from the total 11,000 rupees. You will get 10,500 rupees differences. This differences is called as capital fund, beginning the balancing figure. Okay. Now we are going to prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2016. Format also prepared. On expenditure side, we always started with, as per the format, consumption of sports material, opening stock plus purchases minus closing stock, right? So as per the format, purchases of bat and ball 7,400 rupees will appear on. We have to write 2 bat and balls 7,400. This is the sports material consumed. Okay, and we have to add opening stock 3,000 rupees. They have given here in additional information. Opening stock of the bat and ball 3,000 rupees. After added, you will get 10,400 rupees. Then you have to subtract closing stock 1,000 rupees. The closing stock of the bat and ball 1,000 rupees. Okay, so after subtracted, you will get 9,400 rupees. Then you have to write maintenance, 2 maintenance on expenditure side 5,000 rupees. Then secretary honorarium 4,500. Listen, on the expenditure side, you always started with the format, set of format. What is that? Purchases of a sports item and plus opening stock minus closing stock. Then only other item you have to enter. Okay, on income side, you have to write by subscription 11,000 rupees. Then listen, subscription 11,000 rupees we received. It's on receipt side. So we received subscription 11,000 rupees is entered on income side. We have to add received in advance subscription 500 rupees. Why? Why we have to add? Because on 1st April 2015 subscription received in advance. Now we are preparing the accounting period is 16. It's a 15th subscription received in advance. So you have to, this is the, which means it's a current accounting period subscription received in advance. Okay, listen carefully. We are going to prepare the income and expenditure account for 2016. This is the current accounting period, but the subscription received in advance is 2015, right? 500 rupees subscription received in advance is 2015 subscription received in advance. We have to add it. Why? Because the subscription received in advance in the previous year, which is meant for the current year. Listen, subscription received in advance in the previous year, which is meant for the treated as the current year. So it is to be added. Okay, so as per the format, we have to add the received in advance 2015th subscription received in advance for the 16th. So after added, you will get 11,500 rupees. Then outstanding subscription 2,000 you have to add. After added, you will get 13,500 rupees. Then sale of old bats and ball 100. Okay, then you will get the total higher value on expenditure side, that is 18,900 rupees. We have to treat it that 18,900 rupees as the total. So you have to enter that 18,900 total into both our income and the expenditure side. Okay, then you have to add this amount, income side amount 13,500 plus 100, 13,600. Then you have to subtract 13,600 from 18,900. You will get the differences, that is 5,300 rupees. So this is called deficit. Okay, if you get the total on debit side, you will get the deficit on credit side. Excess of expenditure over income. You have to subtract this deficit into capital fund. Now we are going to prepare the balance sheet as on 31st March 2016. On asset side, already we marked and identified and marked that item. You have to enter on asset side as per the format. Furniture, stock of closing stock of the bat and ball, and the closing balance of the cash at bank, and subscription outstanding as per the format we entered. On liability side, capital fund, just before we find out 10,500, we have to subtract the deficit value 5,300 rupees from the capital fund. If you get the surplus, you have to add it. If you get the deficit, you have to subtract. Okay, after subtracted, you will get 5,200 rupees. And legacy is a capital receipt. Okay, it will be entered on liability side on 20,000 rupees entered. Okay, then listen carefully. Subscription for tournament and tournament expenses. Okay, you have to listen these two items carefully. They have given here surplus on account of tournament should be kept in reserve for the permanent pavilion. If you see the word reserve for tournament, okay, so that tournament subscription for tournament and tournament, if you see the tournament word and reserve, it will be appear on liability side. How will you treated these two items? Listen. As per the format, listen carefully. If there are any specific funds such as tournament fund, prize fund, etc., these funds should be shown on liability side of the balance sheet separately. Okay. So we see the word tournament fund. Okay. Subscription of tournament and tournament expenses, right? Listen. It will be appear on liability side of the balance sheet separately. Any income to the fund should be added to the fund account and any expenses should be related fund should be subtracted. We have the tournament expenses here. Okay, we have subscription for tournament and tournament expenses should be subtracted for the specific tournament fund, and if you get the income, you have to add that income with the specific tournament fund. Okay, let's see this amount, this item here. Okay, so it will be appear as per the format. Tournament fund will be separately appear on the liability side of the balance sheet. So we have to write the heading for that, reserve for pavilion fund. Why you have to give this heading? They have given here in the additional information, reserve for permanent pavilion fund. Okay, so for that we created that heading, reserve for pavilion fund. Subscription for tournament, how much rupees? Subscription for tournament 2,000 rupees. We have to separately enter that item on liability side, that tournament fund and sports fund. Okay, so subscription for tournament 2,000 rupees, and we have to subtract tournament expenses from the specific subscription tournament fund. Okay, after subtracted you will get 600 rupees. Okay, you will get that same value on both on the asset and liability side, that is 25,800 and 25,800. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care.